looks good in her flannel. Anybody else? Anybody else have flannel on today?
Well, I watched another influencer who's a stylist. Michelle is her name. And yesterday, I don't know how I ended up on one of her reels, but she was sharing how to wear flannel. Because I don't know. I mean, flannel, I was raised on a farm. Flannel is like what you throw on if you're cold to go outside or to go hunting. Okay. Not like cute and stylish. So I had to learn how to wear it.
Well, you can, if it's hot out, you just tie it around your waist. This is what I've learned in watching people talk about flannel because it's so big right now. If it's hot out, which is normally the case for us Texans or Floridians, you just tie it around your waist. And that way you can bring the trend in without sweating. And then when it's chilly, like it is right now, you just wrap it all, wear it however you want. So anyway.
And you do like chains. And I did the licorice necklace and just went and did what Tish said to do. I went live in my VIP group to talk about Sparkle Box. So check.
Remind us, which one is licorice, Allie? Show me.
Licorice is the October one. Is the October one right now, because if you've looked at the loop, it's the number is first thing listed as far as I've gotten in the loop. But new Sparkle Box subscribers, either stylists or customers, brand new ones, can register for Sparkle Box, sign up for it, and then they get the denim earrings as a gift. So I'm bummed because I don't have the denim earrings, but I went live to talk about it. So
yes, so I have mine on for the exact same reason. And if you guys got your Telegram message this morning from me, pop a 1 in the comments if you like Telegram and like the messages coming through Telegram. Sally's like, can I raise my hand too? That's how much I like them. Do you guys, and share it in the comments if you want, but do you guys, because it's interesting when I'm putting something through a channel where I've it's like, are people getting it? Do they see it? Do they read it? Do they like, because there's no chat, there's no way for me to know. Do you get a notification on your phone? Do you get alerted to it? Have you turned on the notification? Because you can turn the notifications on your settings where you get notified. All right. If you need that, then make sure you have your notifications on. I communicate via Telegram with my mastermind group that I'm in. So I'm actually in a couple of other message threads in Telegram. So it's now like my go-to, like Facebook Messenger is. Like I rely on it that much. But you muted yours, but you get them visually. Okay, perfect. You can get them visually where you don't have to actually hear them. You can't re-sign up. You didn't get it. I don't know what to do about that if you can't. It's easy to download the videos. You like how you can download the videos. You signed up, but you're not getting it. Sheila, you've got to go to the app. And then you have to download the app to your phone, and then you click on the Treasure Tribe link. So maybe try that again. And we have it. If you go to FAQs and boards, the last FAQ is what is Telegram channel? And from there, we have the Treasure Tribe link, and maybe we can pop it in here as well in a moment.
For it. But okay. I will say I had it and I was not getting notifications like as if you get a text and the notifications actually on your phone. I had to go into the settings on my phone, separate outside of the app, and turn on notifications for Telegram, even though I had notifications turned on in Telegram. So I literally just figured that out like probably 3 weeks ago. So just
walk people through. Allie's my IT person.
Don't say that too loud. I'm not. Okay. Well, I don't know. I did this 3 weeks ago. My family, because I worked at Dell Computer in 2001 to 2003, before there were even iPhones, I get every question about every device, about DirecTV. I mean, I have no idea. Anyway,
get asked because you're married to someone who does know all these things. So we just figure we're going to ask her, and she's going to go ask him, and then she's going to report back. You guys know how that works, right?
Just call him. Okay. So you go into your settings. All right. Setting. If you have, y'all, I'm sorry. I have an iPhone for if you're not an iPhone user, I can't direct you to that, but go into your settings, like normal general settings. Okay. Then I think this is it. There's notifications right there. Go to notifications. And every single app that you have on your phone is listed down there. So just go to, it's in alphabetical order. So scroll all the way down to Telegram. Mine says Telegram right there. Banners, sound, badges, announcements. Okay, so there. And you have to turn on the notifications. And then you can, I guess I have it doing all the things. Banner, badges, show in CarPlay, everything is happening with Telegram. Maybe that's why it's the first thing I saw this morning when I got my coffee was the Sparkle Box thing. So, but I always missed them and I hated that. And so anyway, you have to do that too.
Okay. So anyway, I'm glad you guys like it. I promise I will really try not to, just bombard you guys with things, but right now, if I'm sharing extra things, it's literally like videos or photos that I think you'd want, like easily to access and not miss and not have to go searching and have it there at your fingertips to easily share. So I'm truly doing it to just save you time and energy. And anyway, but I wanted to, I shared this morning, like I challenge all of us, which is why I have it on. I'm going to do what Allie did, is go live talking about our October Sparkle Box and the promo where every new subscriber can get the denim earrings. I think this is an accurate statement for me to say. Every time I do the things to share Sparkle Box, meaning I go live on my VIP group, then maybe while I've got it all on and it's all, I'm in the moment, I then maybe go over to my Insta stories and I share there, or maybe I go live on my personal page and I share there. I make a point of sharing all the places at least twice throughout the month. Sometimes I do it 3 times a month. We probably should be doing it weekly, to be honest. We probably should. We'd have a lot more subscribers if we did. But every time I share, I always get at least 1 subscriber every single time. So you just got to get out there, show the energy, show your excitement around it, and share the promo or the special at the moment. All righty. Okay. Next up, I want to celebrate for a moment. Who here in this group submitted a minimum of 500 in week 3 and is getting entered to win one of the mini prizes, whether it be the gold bag? Pop a 2 in the comments if you did. 2 in the comments if you got at least 500 and you're getting entered to win this. I'm so sad to give up this bag because I've been just like staring at it for a week. I freaking traveled from Texas to Vermont with this bag, you guys. Like that's how devoted I am to all of you to celebrating this. But if you submitted at least 500, then you got entered for at minimum the bag. Also, either the birthday extravaganza prizes on Monday and or the repeat on Wednesday. Who got entered in Monday's prizes and Wednesday's prizes? Pop a 3 in the comments if you got entered into both days worth of prizes. For those of you that did, you are rock stars, man. I am uber impressed. I am so proud of you guys. We had a few winners out of the tribe for Monday's prizes, and I have no doubt we'll have a few more winners when from the additional round of Apple Watches, Ricky Lights, bonus points for Cabo, Louis Vuitton bag. I mean, Park Lane is just so incredibly generous. All right. In addition, who got entered to win one of the 25 pieces from the holiday collection? We're going to have 25 winners. Those of you that submitted a minimum of 300, right? Is that what I did? Yeah, for every 300 between Tuesday and Wednesday. Drop a 4 in the comments if you did at least 300 over the Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, 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 yes. That makes me happy, happy, happy. Because we're going to pick 25 winners and you guys will get to choose which piece you want. All right. And then they will be sent to you directly from Park Lane. So how fun is that? Like, I just want to tell y'all, and for those of you leaders that are on here, I don't know what your numbers looked like versus this, but I heard from Scott, the company had the best week of the year thus far for his birthday. Okay, y'all, for the man who His birthday is like a really big deal with the in Park Lane world. If you didn't get it, you get it now. He is so humble. He is so proud. I'm like, Scott, well, we worked really hard we worked really hard for you this week. He's like, I know. And I am so grateful. It means the world because all I want is for people to win here. I want them to be so energized and so excited and have new doors and new opportunities present themselves through the extra push that they did this week. Like literally, that's why I love for people to go out and go big in this week, because all I want for people is for people to win here. So the company had the biggest week the company's had the entire year. We had not our biggest week of the year, but in the top 3, I'm pretty sure. Okay. In the top 3, what was uber impressive to me is our week 3 was greater than last week. And I don't know for some of you that are leaders, if you also experience that, but typically week 3 is typically a little bit less, okay? Because it's after the second week's push towards RRC1, then everybody's got another week left before the end of the month for all the RRCs that happen at the end of the month or the extra promos that are going or whatever. And people get a little soft in week 3, all right? And so, and I mentioned to you guys when I launched that gold bag incentive for week 3, I mentioned to you all, strategically, I wanted to do a 1-week promo because I'm convinced that it doesn't have to be that way. I'm convinced we can change behaviors a bit in that week 3 because y'all tell me, I'm pretty sure your expenses are the same in your house in the week 3 of the month as they are in week 2 of the month. You tell me, drop a 5 in the comments if your expenses are no different in week 3 than they are in week 2. My gut is they're exactly the same. All right. They may be a little bit more. You might be tired from all the hustle you did in week 2 and going out to dinner more often. I don't know. I mean, come on now. So I'm like, I think we can change that behavior. So that was one of the reasons why I did the 1 week, submit 500 in week 3, and you're going to get entered to win that bag. I didn't know all these other things were going to get rolled into the equation as well, but I think we had a lot of fun and exciting things to reach for. We had our mega party, which you guys, did Allie and Christy not do an amazing job on our mega party Sunday night? Just y'all, the sisters knocked it out of the park. They've got this magnetic personality together. It's almost like they know what they're thinking. They know what they're going to say. It works so well together. Like they make it look like it's like no big deal. Anyway, you guys rocked it. Thank you, Allie. And how many, I want to hear, and y'all drop in the comments because I honestly am curious in this. Tell me where your sales for week 3 came from. Like drop in the comments. Was it a combination of mega, a party, VIP group, 2 parties, VIP group, just the mega? Like I'm really curious. Mega, mostly mega, VIP combination, mega and party. Yeah. I mean, that mega made a big impact. So part of me feels that it is very smart and strategic for us to try as hard as we can, as often as we can, to hold our megas in week 3.
I have a question, Tish.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
So I would love, I don't know, type boards in the comments because we invested in this new board, this mega party board, and all meaning someone else, I don't want to say someone else put it together, but someone who has a background of building training content in our profession. She put, Erin Markland is her name, and she put this board together for us. So I'm just curious because anytime you introduce a new tool, I mean, it takes time for people to get into it or start using it. There is a period of transition, but I put board in the comments if you used that new board, if it was helpful. It was super clean. Like just tell me in the comments like why you liked it. I'm actually really curious. Amy says it was super clean. That was kind of part of the There were good reminders. Okay. Easier steps to follow. Okay. That's good to know. It was concise. Okay, that's good to know. It kept you accountable. Did you like the day by day? Like the goal was every single day for it'd be very easy, even if you didn't get started on Thursday, for you to be able to jump in on Saturday and be like, okay, I can go in on Saturday and what can I do? You could still go back to Friday, but it was okay, good. The day by day. The other goal with that was for you to be able, because the number one question, the two questions that I get kind of repeatedly throughout the days of the mega party is, where's the Facebook group link? And does anybody have the invite? Okay, those are kind of the two things, even though it's been shared. I mean, I'm very well aware that we have like 8 things blowing up on our phones every day. My friend the other day, she was like, oh, my email. I'm like, email? Look at this phone. You know, it's like Messenger. She goes, what's your main mode of communication with your team, with your business? And I was like, all of them. And so I know that that's the case. And so the other goal with that was to have the link everywhere and all the giveaways everywhere. And I know there were probably some things missing from it. Like I even went on Saturday and I was like, oh, we don't have certain things listed in there. So, okay. So you guys like the checklist. Okay. It took you no time to post. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, good. I'm so glad that you feel like it was useful, because we could continue, because we need to update it with each mega party. And if y'all, one spot for all the links was fabulous. Okay, good. Okay, yay, that makes me happy, because I loved it, of course, but if people don't use it, then it's kind of a moot point.
And I'm going to add this. This was Allie's brainchild. All right, guys, she's not giving herself the credit she deserves here. And she did have someone help a little bit with this, but it took her going through every single thing with a fine tooth comb. She put a lot of time and effort into it. And like any system, I'm going to educate you guys for a moment on systems. When you're bringing a new system into a team, it's like anything else. It takes some time to train ourselves to use the new system. So this was a trial run. I love that we're getting all this feedback already. This is awesome, Allie, like so awesome. It will continue to bring even more value with the next one. And I'm sure you guys will agree that these mega parties can be hugely impactful, can yield huge sales, personal sales, team sales, but it takes following the steps. And I was connecting, and maybe we'll have her come on at some point before we do the next mega and she can share her tips. But I was connecting last night with Tiffany Aguilera, another leader on another team. And she was sharing that she was submitting over 5,000 in sales for the week. It's by far her biggest week she's had since a landing here. I know, Sheila, I'm like you. She's like, I think that's the most I've ever sold in a week in my entire 8-9 year career. And which is amazing. And I asked her, I said, where did the sales come from? I asked her the same thing I asked you guys, which is kind of what prompted me to ask you guys, because I was curious. And she said, I had one party mega in my VIP group. And she said, my mega ended up being huge. And I said, so why do you think that is? And it was funny, her response. She said, well, 30 minutes before our call last week, Sarah had asked me, Tiffany, will you train on your steps for success for the mega party? And she's like, sure, let me go to refer to my notes. So she pulls up her notes from when she had put together some training, several months back, we'll say. She pulled them out. She trained the team on the steps. Pretty much every single step is in the board process that Allie put together. And she said, but what's interesting is by me training, going back and reviewing and training, she said, it really actually got me actually doing the things. And she said, one of the things that was most interesting to me was the magic number on follow-up was 5 to 6 times per customer. And most of her orders that came in were on the 5th or 6th follow-up. So I'm just telling y'all right now, like, if you are one who maybe you did the mega and maybe you had 25 people in your VIP group say they wanted to shop or be a part of it. And maybe you did a follow-up, and of the 25, maybe 4 order. Okay. I don't know that any of you fall into that category, but if some of you fall into that category, I just want you to know It's not you. It's not that they weren't interested. It's not that they didn't want to shop. It takes more follow-up. And is one of the things that we are learning, because people are just busy. That's it. They're just busy. And this isn't do or die for them. They're just, you were just the latest, greatest, exciting thing they saw, that they love some of the things and want to shop. But then they get busy, and then they get a million other ads in front of them. And then they, life goes on. And so anyway, I believe so passionately in these mega parties because it brings so much energy and excitement. And it is definitely a way to layer in additional sales without, but with you leveraging your time. You're leveraging your time because the leaders are doing a lot of it. You still have to do your part, but you're leveraging your time and your resources. So, all right, go ahead, Allie.
No, I was just going to say that kind of is a good segue, because Stephanie Cumpton also told me that this was the biggest, most successful mega party she'd had too. And I think it was probably because the follow-up, but should we go through promos just real quick and then have her share? Okay, I'm going to run through this quick, you guys. Last week I blazed through it really quickly, but we talked about the Sparkle box. If you didn't get your loop, get your loop. Okay. If you don't get the loop, then email websupport@parklanejewelry.com. Okay. If you've subscribed, because I hear sometimes that you actually have subscribed to it and you're not getting it still. So email websupport@parklanejewelry.com and they can make sure and add you to it if you still aren't getting it. But okay, we talked about Sparkle Box already, the free item. There are holiday lookbooks. Okay, so go check that out. This is the final week for Scott's birthday weeks. Okay. Like Tish said, it's a big deal for him. So what we have left are the 5,000 in sales, the $5,000 club. Okay. And if I remember right, there's going to be a birthday party, Scott's birthday party, that you are invited to if you get into the $5,000 club. Is that right, Tish? I'm scrolling through to make sure.
Yes. And I'm going to try and pull that bracelet while you're looking.
Yes, that's the royalty bracelet. But for the last 2 weeks of October, there is the chameleon bracelet. Yeah, the chameleon bracelet. When you submit $1,500 in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so I'm actually kind of curious, just because it was so many people. Oh, I mean, so many of y'all closed parties last night. Like, I don't know, put chameleon in the comments if you've actually already earned that. Okay. I'm just curious. Or if you're going for it, actually type chameleon in the comments if you're going for it. That's the royalty bracelet. I love the purple. It's so pretty.
These, y'all, I know you can't tell in, seeing it through the screen. These stones, I have never seen stones so beautiful. These stones are incredible.
I'm telling you, those baby signatures are just gorgeous. I see those going with Sarah Christoph's blue hair that she has. Okay. So, and then the other part, I left this off of the $5,000 club, not just the royalty, but it's all of the gifts that are going to be given away. There's a lot of gifts that are given away, and all the details of that are in the loop. Okay. Final week for rank advancement. This prism bracelet. We have some on our team that are going for it. We have some branches, some areas, some divisions, some senior divisions. I know many of you guys have these goals too. So promote this month and you get the prism bracelet. I'm kind of jealous. I'm not getting that prism bracelet. I may have to borrow it from one of you guys. And then I think that this is also, I know this. Final week, I'm just going to flash this across the screen. The bombshell bracelet, that's RRC level 2, submitting 2,500. So it's the last week for all RRC levels. Okay. The last week for the 1,500 in the last 2 weeks of the month. And then the $5,000 club. Those are that's kind of an overview. Is it okay if we just kind of quickly did an overview? What's that, Tish? Oh,
this is the early registration for Sparkle.
That's gorgeous.
It's so beautiful, guys. It's the honeycomb design. I forget the name of it. Can you look?
Oh yeah, it's called the electric.
Okay, and remind us, what's the registration for Sparkle?
It's the VIP registration. And it is, I'm opening it right now. I think it is, well, it came up to the website. I think it's like 169 or 179 or something like that is. Oh, here it is. Okay. Sparkle info. I'm sorry. 169 is the VIP registration. And if you register by November the 2nd, then, which is the first, I think the end of the first week of November, you get the electric bracelet with your registration. God, I need that today with my blue.
And then what else do you get with the registration, with the VIP?
Oh, I'm sorry. You get all sessions plus $200 pre-pack of the new line jewelry. They will be shipped to arrive during the week of Sparkle, and you'll be the first to wear and show off the newest jewelry, which is really fun to get it whenever you're, they've hit the nail on the head with that. And there's also additional surprises for VIP registrants. You'll be able to shop the vault and all that stuff. So it's worth getting the VIP because you're already getting $200 worth of jewelry, and that bracelet by November the 2nd. So those are the main announcements. So, okay. Anything else, Tish, that I left out before we have Stephanie share? Well, y'all.
Oh, yes. So okay. Y'all are going to get to be the first to see. Okay. So this is, the tribe hasn't seen this yet, but we have one final week, Treasure Tribe, week 4 promo. Okay. And it is submit $500 in week 4, and you're going to get an entry. Each additional 500 will get extra entries. It is, we're going to have 2 winners. All right. So 2 winners. And you guys want me to show you what the prizes are? Okay. All right. So I have 2 of them. Okay. And they are so flipping cute. I'm so excited about them. They scream fall and they're so gorgeous. All right. So I saw it loud and clear that you guys love the Kurt Geiger brand that the gold bag is.
All the different colors.
Yes. Okay. So look, color 1 is this beautiful, beautiful kind of rust orangey color. Same style, but it's a mini. Okay. It's a mini, it's a crossbody. Got this beautiful gold chain. I'm not going to take the plastic off to keep it protected, but this gorgeous, gorgeous gold chain. I love on the front of it. It's got these beautiful little sparkly rhinestones because we love sparkle. And it is super, like you could, same thing. You can wear it 2 ways. You can wear it over the shoulder or you can wear it as a crossbody. Okay. So this is the first bag, like a really great, like big enough for your phone and all the essentials, maybe not like an everyday bag, but a pretty good size for, fun. The second color I love even more is this beautiful kind of teal blue color. And what is so amazing about this is the locket is this fun little unicorn theme metal, I guess, for lack of a better word. And the chain is the same way. Can y'all see through the screen how this chain is? Isn't that cute? So these are the 2 bags that I am going to be giving away for week 4. And it's the same qualifications, 500 net and on, and week 4 gets an entry. And then each additional 500 will get you extra entries. Okay.
Those bags are ridiculously cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for y'all. This is why it's good we get Tish on our coffee talk, because we always hear things before whatever idea she came up with in the morning, which I know you didn't come up with that this morning because you have the bags, but sometimes it does happen this morning. Okay. So you guys, I'm really excited. I was talking with Stephanie Cumpton. Many of you guys know her. Of course, all of you know her, but if you don't know her, she's freaking awesome. She is like one of your favorite friends. So you want to get to know Stephanie. Okay. She and I were talking earlier this week, and she was sharing with me how much she has going on. Okay. And we talk weekly. If we have to miss a week here and there, we do, and I'm like, okay, this is amazing. She's like, I'm just trying to keep it all straight, right? She has a big goal. She earned Kona. She had never earned a trip ever in her years of doing direct sales, any network marketing. And she earned that trip to Kona. And of course, she hasn't even been on the trip yet, but she wants to earn it again. Okay. She wants to keep earning them. And I'm going to let her share the story. But I was like, okay, Stephanie, I know you have all this going on, but how many weeks ago was it that you were telling me, I'm struggling, I'm doing all the things, like, things aren't working out, and here you are, and things are more than working out, meaning like feeling like you're experiencing success and getting the outcome that you're looking for from the work that you're putting in, right? And so I'm going to have her share, but she's going to kind of tell the story of where she, well, I'll just let her tell the story. So Stephanie, please, please, please share with us how you, what I would call a zero to hero story. And of course, zero to hero is defined by us, but just kind of share, because I think y'all will really grab some value from what she has to share with us. So thank you very much for sharing with us.
Thank you, Allie. You're so sweet. You're a very sweet person too. So I'm excited to talk to y'all today because Allie's not lying. I literally was at the point where like nobody wants to have a party. And I was looking at my calendar and it wasn't matching up with what my goals were. And it was starting to get really frustrating, which is easy for all of us to do, to get in our heads and be like, nobody wants, I mean, saying to myself, nobody wants to have a party, when literally I probably haven't talked to everybody, right? So this happened like right before all of y'all went on your trip to Aruba. And Allie's like, I want you to do a power hour, host a power hour for me. And I was like, okay. So like just right before y'all left, I was like, you know what? I was looking at my calendar. I really didn't have a whole lot on there. And I definitely had nothing for October or November or all the months. And I was like, sure, I'll do the power hour. And I mean, I'll be real honest with you. I jump on a power hour once or twice a month, maybe, when I'm feeling like I need to book one party or two parties. But I told myself at that point, because I was frustrated because I didn't have any parties and like I said, my goals were not matching up, and I didn't want to be that person that gave up. I have been on too many calls here that have built us up to keep going and not give up. And if something's thrown at us, we need to pivot and do something else. And I just felt like I am going to commit to going to Power Hour for 5 days in a row. And that's a lot, I know. But while y'all were in Aruba, I went to Power Hour 5 days in a row and I got to work. And what I did was I was only working on bookings. I was not working on anything else. I had no parties coming up. I mean, I think I had one party after Aruba, and then it was just like nothing. And it wasn't because I wasn't trying. It wasn't because I wasn't talking about it in my parties or anything. It just was just happening. And so those 5 days, I would say I sent out probably 25 to 35 messages a day during that hour of Power Hour. And, you know, they always talk to us about picking from different buckets of who do we reach out to? So, you know, of course, I had reached out to past hostesses. I had reached out to past customers. But I decided to reach out to a group of people that I had never touched before, basically. So when I do my parties, I send out a message to all of the guests the day before the live actually takes place. And just sending them a message, asking them a question, getting them to respond to me. Now, I know that not everyone responds to me because I'm not their friend on Facebook, but I do get a handful of responses. And I'm not saying that like I get 10 people every time. Sometimes I might only get 3. Sometimes I might get 10. But I make a list of those people on my note. Like I just have a notebook for every single party, and I have a million notes on the pages for each party. And one of those lists that I have on that party is those people that responded back, because I do a drawing during the live for those people that responded back to me. So I decided to go back to those people and look at the ones that never purchased anything, because a lot of the time they're going to respond back to you, but not necessarily purchase anything. But they're definitely interested in jewelry if they responded back to you with a comment, right? Because I mean, most of our questions ask about like, you know, what's your, I ask like, do you like earrings, bracelets, necklaces, or rings the best? That's what I start with. And if they respond back, they like something. So I thought I need to reach out to these people. So I went to the boards. I don't know if y'all know that there's a board for this, but you go to the boards, you go to booking, new stylist training, day 1, and click on it and scroll all the way to the bottom. I know a lot of us might stay up to the top of it, but the very last one on the bottom says, those who did not purchase at your party. And there's words right there for it. I literally went with those words, of course, you know, tweaking it just to make it a little bit my own, adding their name and things like that. And I got busy reaching out to all of those people. Now, did I hear back from any of them on the first message? I heard back from a couple and they were no's. But I continued to follow the steps of our sandwich method, and I followed up every single day with each person. So not only was I sending new messages, but I'm following up also with people every day, day 2, day 3. And I, of course, I have good notes like, you know, I reached out one time. This is my second time. This is my third time. it goes along with what y'all were talking about earlier, how it took Tiffany 5 times to get orders from people. On the second time, I ended up booking 3 parties from that group, which I was so excited about because I had none, right? I mean, I was thrilled. I kept going and I ended up booking 2 more just from doing that for that week. So I booked 5 parties from spending 5 days doing reach outs each day of Power Hour. Now it's a lot to commit to that, but to me, it was worth it because it was helping me get parties on my books. So it helped. And granted, some of them weren't immediately, like I always offer like immediate dates because I want them immediately. But it helped me build my October so that, I mean, I have now, because I've continued to do some of this, I have like 10 parties this month. So to me, that's where I need to be in order to reach my goals. But just doing little steps that are already there for you really helps you. And I know not everybody can get on the Power Hour, but committing that time, setting your timer, it will help y'all. And it's all about the follow-up. I mean, it goes right with what Tiffany said, all about the follow-up. Is that all you wanted me to say about that?
I have a quick question.
Yeah, let's
Sorry.
ask questions. Yeah.
I want to make sure I understood this correctly. You were going to your old party groups
Yes.
and you were messaging the people in the groups. It didn't matter if they had shopped. You're messaging the people in the group. Is that right?
I messaged the people that have responded back to me when I had sent the message to them.
Okay. Okay.
So I sent that message out the day before,
Yeah.
getting them to interact with me to start the conversation. And those that responded back, I keep a list of that because I do a drawing during the live. So I need their names for the drawing.
Yeah.
And those are the people that I reached out to.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Perfect.
And that's who she booked from. So some of them shopped. I mean, maybe some of them had shopped, but a lot of times they hadn't shopped. They just responded to the message to get entered in the drawing. And
Right.
what I love is that I don't do that. I don't go back. We always stick to our past shoppers. It's a really easy thing to do, is to stick to your past shoppers. I love that. So Stephanie, and you booked how many from that bucket of people?
5.
I mean, that's just incredible. And many of them had not shopped before.
None of them have.
Okay. So I wanted her to share that because that empowered and inspired me yesterday. Okay. And I wanted her to share that. And I can tell you guys love it because some of you are like, I needed to hear this. This is awesome. Diligence. Yes. Awesome. 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 You do hear the no's first. And I used to actually tell my hostesses this whenever they were inviting their friends to their house for parties. She's like, I'm hearing no's. I'm like, those people know they can't come. So that's why you hear from them first. That does not mean that people won't come. So when you hear the no's, they're a no. And that does not mean that the others are a no too. Okay. The other thing Stephanie is doing, I don't want to glaze over what she did, but she got some parties booked. Okay. From that. She also had a party before she started doing this during the Power Hour. She actually did have a party on her schedule, like maybe the next week when she was doing that week of Power Hours every day. She had a party on the schedule the next week that she did book a couple parties from that. Okay. But with all these parties, she plugged into, she's been booking parties at parties essentially. And she's like, it is working. And so I wanted her also to share what she's doing and kind of where you got the idea and stuff.
Okay. So shortly after all of that, we had the booking blitz with all of the different people going on, talking about the different ways to do things. So y'all, I mean, I'm not inventing any of this new. I mean, it's right here for all of us to do. It's just implementing it and doing it. And I watched Genevieve's video, which I know a lot of y'all have seen her, and she did the 3 boxes in her presentation. She talked about giving away 3 gifts. So I actually I had 3 parties earlier this week, and I actually implemented that into my 3 parties earlier this week. And I booked a party at all 3 of those parties before I was even done with the live. And that's never happened to me before. And I'm like, okay, this is working. Like, I mean, they're seeing this visual of what I'm doing, and it's working, obviously. It's never happened before. So Allie wanted me to kind of tell what I do during the party and everything. First of all, what I think is very important is Genevieve held up 3 boxes just like this. She literally took the boxes that we get our jewelry in. She wrote 1, 2, and 3 on them, and then stuck a little bow on top. Now, I was talking to Allie about this morning because I am a person who loves to make really pretty boxes and bags and do all the things. And I could have spent all my time trying to find the perfect bow and the perfect bag to put my 1, 2, 3 on. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep this so simple so that it's duplicatable for my team. And I want them to know that you don't have to go get all new bags and bows and fancy things. You can use the boxes that you already have, a black marker that you already have, and a bow that you probably already have in your house. And do this and make it easy. So literally, I talk about this 3 times during my live. I might do it a little bit different than Genevieve did it. She actually had the boxes sitting behind her, but as you can see, I don't have shelves behind me, so I can't set them behind me for you to visually see the whole time. But I start my party and talk, and then I'm talking about making their wish list. From that, I go into, oh my goodness, y'all, I have a surprise for y'all. I have 3 gifts, and I hold them up. 1, 2, 3. There are designer pieces in each of these gifts. I would love to gift each of you one of these gifts, but I only have 3 of them. So anyone that decides to book a party during this live or even after the live will get to pick which box they want, and it has a designer piece in it. Now, y'all, there's nothing in these boxes right now. I'm not putting jewelry in here to show them. It's like the unknown. They don't know what's in there. It's a surprise. I'm saying it's a designer piece, which I will give them a designer piece of jewelry once they have their party. But it's all about creating the excitement about it. And I just tell them, listen, keep listening to, the live, and I'll tell you more about how you can earn these. And if you decide you want to have a party during the live, comment party in the links while I'm talking. So I start with that. I start showing the jewelry, earrings, necklaces, and then kind of like Christy's perfect party presentation, take your commercial break. So my little break, I pull out the gifts again, and I'm like, y'all, I know your list is getting so long, and I'm pretty much flat. I just talk. I don't follow a script. I just go, so I don't necessarily have like perfect words to say, but I just kind of say what I want to get across. I know you have a really long list going right now, and I might hold up, like Genevieve had a little list on a little heart notepad. Y'all, it's just simple. I just wrote wish list on a notepad, but I will like flip, like how long is your list? You have several pages of it going right here. If you do, don't forget about our gift boxes that we have with designer pieces. I've showed you several pieces already that are designer pieces of jewelry. So if you're really wanting a special one, you need to book your show. And then I do it at the very end. Obviously, when I'm fixing to close the party, thank you for joining me. Don't forget we have our boxes. By that time, these past 3 parties, I've already had one person comment they want to party. And then literally yesterday, I got a message from someone, do you still have boxes available? Because I have parties open right now. Do you still have the boxes available? And I was like, oh yeah, I've got boxes. Even if I didn't have boxes, I would still say, of course I have a box open just to book another party. So y'all, it's very simple. It's very easy to do. It doesn't take much work, and it's just implementing it in your party and keep showing it to them. And I mean, I've had 3 parties that I've done this in, and it's worked at every party before I even end the party. So I would say that's a win doing this. So that's it.
Who loves that? First of all, without even anything, it is fun to see. Isn't that fun? Like I literally just wrote down wish lists, and I'm going to be doing this in my parties. That is so cute. I kind of forgot that she said that. And I want to give Stephanie a lot of kudos for all the obvious things. But what Stephanie does is she plugs in and she uses and learns from other people and executes. She'll even message people like, so tell me how you do this. So thank you. But Stephanie, you do have some questions over here. So people want to know, and I'll go back into the booking board. Okay. But what are you, define and designer inspired? Like, what are you giving away? Anything designer inspired?
Anything that we say is designer inspired. Like, I haven't had to give it away yet because we haven't closed the parties yet, but, it
could be Clover earrings because those are Tiffany inspired. It could be normally bracelet. It could be ruse.
Right. I would pick any of those things. I would probably pick more $40, $50 range, honestly, since it's for a party. And I'm going to use my Fast 50 for it. I'm not going to give them the $100 and this. I'm going to use my Fast 50 for it. So I will give them probably a better gift for it. because I haven't told, these are new hostesses. They don't know that I have $100 I can give them. And I am changing it up, right? I'm going to give them a piece of jewelry instead. And I mean, it's just like some people hold up a piece of jewelry or an impression bracelet and say they're going to give that. This to me just creates kind of like, ooh, I wonder what's behind that box. Like, I want to get a box that I don't know what's in there. And so like once people have, like if I had 2 boxes taken already and I had 1 left, I'll take a picture of myself holding the box and post it on the party page. Like, we have 1 more box left. Who's going to grab it? So just, that's it.
That's so fun. And essentially, guys, because I know I'm seeing some questions here, she's using her Fast 50 to gift the hostess, and they're going to receive the gift, whatever she chooses for it to be, when they are closing out the party, just like you normally would. And if it's if it's an item that's under 50, she might use 1 Fast 50. If she gives them a jewel bracelet, she's going to be using 2 Fast 50s. So she can choose, but she will be sending it with the party when they close it out. It'll be that extra surprise they get with their host order. That's so fun and so simple.
I know. I love it. I love it. Good point, Stephanie. When you use the Fast 50s, you don't actually have to ship a piece of jewelry. So you save yourself a couple of bucks there. Someone is asking what
the Fast 50 is, Allie.
Yeah. So a Fast 50 is essentially, Park Lane gives us the opportunity to gift hostesses an additional $100 in free hostess credits. Okay. And it's in increments of 50. So there are 2 $50 increments that you can give to a hostess on top of their hostess rewards, one if the party is qualified. Okay, so the party has to qualify. They may have $60 in free jewelry, and you actually, when they're redeeming their hostess rewards, you can add on 50 or 100. There is a cost associated with it. Not everybody chooses to pay for it. It's $10 per 50. I do, because I have the perspective of driving to someone's house to do an in-home party, and the gas plus bottle of Prosecco and the Whataburger I would get on the way home. That always ended up in $20 at least. So that's why I don't mind using that. So what Stephanie is saying that she does, and Karen, there is in the board, and we can get this to you, but in boards, in the Treasure Tribe board under back office tech tools, there's a video that shows how to like close part or how to do hostess rewards, and it indicates in there where the Fast 50s are, but you essentially don't add them on until you're actually putting in the hostess's order. Now, sometimes that's how Stephanie is adding. I mean, that's how she's using these Fast 50s and giving away the jewelry. So what she would do is go into the hostess rewards. She'd click to add an additional $50, or 100. Okay. And it's going to cost her $20, which is what she probably would spend on a piece of jewelry and then shipping it to them if she, was going to give something from her office. Okay. And then she'll just tell them, maybe I don't know, Stephanie, if you would just give them the choice, or if you would just add it on, maybe like add on a jewel bracelet, like a surprise is coming in your thing. And that'll be what are you going to do?
I like the idea of a surprise, honestly. Yeah. I mean,
it's supposed to be a surprise.
If I'm going to spend the Fast 50 on it, I'm going to give them something nice that I'm pretty sure they're going to like. So
yes.
I would rather surprise them. But you don't, I mean, you can just, this is a great thing. You can decide what you want to do. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You can decide if you want to let them pick it or give them 2 options.
Yes.
I love the surprise idea. It's fun.
I do too. That's more fun than shipping something and getting it in a box. I mean, like, cause it's going to come like, what's the extra thing that's coming? And Jennifer, she said she's not doing the extra 100 because that's where the extra 100, because they booked from the box. So she's not having to say you get an additional $100. Okay. I want to show something. Stephanie, that was amazing. I'm going to answer other questions that I didn't answer from the beginning, which was the boards. So I actually want to use this opportunity to show you where in boards she is getting this stuff. Okay. So there's a couple of different places in boards to find words to say for booking reach outs. The first one is just in the main Treasure Tribe board, and it says booking. All right. I did a big reach out last week. I haven't done my follow-up, so I haven't gotten a ton from it, but I went to this booking board. So when you go into booking boards, okay, the booking board, it says sandwich booking method. Okay, because that is what we recommend, because it shows what the follow-up needs to be. Then it says day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So the sandwich booking method is essentially what's recommended is like 4 days. Okay. But it's 2 follow-ups. All right. In the day 1 message option, y'all look at this: past hostesses, pink parties, past customers, VIP group member, friends that have never shopped before, offered in the past, but obviously didn't take you up on it, booking contest, green dot, chicken list, October birthdays, fundraisers, sample sales, social sale, shoppers, party guests who did not shop. So that's where you're telling me you found that, Stephanie. I did the VIP group member last week and booked a party off that. So party guests who did not shop. And here it is. It's like, I'm sure she said she personalized it, but it's like, thanks so much for joining the party. I'm so grateful you got to join us. I'm working on a fun bonus for Jessica and wanted to see if you'd be open to doing a party yourself with your girls. We have some amazing specials this month. It'd be a blast. I can shoot you over a few dates I have open. What do you think? What I love about, I'm so happy that you are sharing this. These are such great words. The bonus that she's working on for Jessica, the hostess, is part of our hostess rewards program. Because if Leslie does a party from Jessica's party, then Jessica gets to go shop a bonus item at Leslie's party as part of the hostess rewards program, since Leslie is who connected Jessica with Stephanie. Okay. So I wanted to show y'all that, but mainly I wanted to show you all these different categories, y'all. It is really, really empowering to be able to go in here and be like, oh my gosh, there are so many. This is like such an incredible resource. And we have a stylist that updates these, a leader, Heidi Kuipers, updates this each and every single month. So thank you to Heidi Kuipers. She's not on this call, but she's amazing. So y'all have any other questions for Stephanie? Thank you. It was amazing.
One of the most impactful things that you said, Stephanie, is you said your goals weren't aligning with what basically your calendar looked like. And you knew you had to change what you were doing if you wanted to get different results. I mean, essentially, you maybe didn't say that, but that's really what you said. And you said, while y'all were all in Aruba, I got on and I did the power hour every day for 5 days. And Stephanie, that right there, guys, I am telling you all, for those of you that joined us on Monday, when Brad Bizjack shared his call on mindset, so often what is keeping you and me from getting where we want to go is all in our head. And it takes guts and courage to do what Stephanie did, which is not sit around and pout for 5 days while her friends were celebrating in Aruba and she wanted to be there with us, because I'm sure she did. But she took the time to let it drive her. And she got busy because I'm sure she was telling herself, I'm not letting myself miss Cabo. I am going there. And this is the thing. Anybody can turn it around in, a matter of a number of reach outs. I mean, they really can. And from how many parties did you say you booked, Stephanie? Was it 5, 6, 5? 5 parties booked. Those 5 parties will transform her business for the next 60 to 90 days. And likely getting herself in that place, knowing how she felt being in that place, will probably drive her to not let herself get in that place again. By using the 1, 2, 3 boxes, again, trying something different, trying something new, and being really focused on booking 1 to 2 parties or 3 from each and every one of her parties. So I love the steps. I love what you did. Like, that's all part of the nuts and the bolts. But the biggest lesson here, guys, is she made the decision. She didn't decide, well, I'm not going to be able to get there. It's just not going to happen for me. It was like, I want it. And what I've got isn't aligning with what it's going to take for me to get there. And I've got to change what I'm doing to get different results.
Awesome. Okay. Well, you guys, I think, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. We're right at, and thank you, Tish, for pointing that out, because that's what Tish is so good at. She's good, big picture. So do we have, if we don't have any final questions, we are right on time. Oh, let's take a picture. Tish is taking a picture. So everybody smile with your
Want to be
coffee cup.
on? Here's your moment.
I have an empty coffee cup.
Awesome. Oh, wait, that was on video. Hold on, guys. Sorry. One more time. Yay. Perfect. Thank y'all.
Okay, y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. Y'all all have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again, Stephanie.